with all the garbage floating out there on the internet nowadays, it may seem like there is so much saturated information online and that everything you see in the fitness and health industry when it comes to workouts and advice is just completely useless. So is this the case when it comes to specific online fitness videos? Well, virtual fitness just in general can involve a few different things. So we're gonna go over a couple of those. The first one being online personal training. Now, online personal training is essentially where you are going to be getting trained by somebody through Zoom, through FaceTime, through Skype, all these different things. And they're going to be either taking you through a workout, or you already know the workout, they're just going to simply watch you and correct your form and correct any technique issues that might be occurring during the thing. The great thing about online personal training is that it is pretty great for motivation, right? You're going to have somebody always there when you are doing it, and this is just for personal training as well, but specifically, online personal training, really good for motivation because you might not want to go into a gym when you're first starting out, so this can make it a little bit better too because you're more comfortable. You're in your own home. You're able to basically not succumb to yourself to all those pressures of the people at the gym. I know a lot of people when they're first starting out, they always look around at the gym and they're like, okay, I see all these big and buff people working out and I'm nowhere near them. Online personal training is great because it can kind of squash some of those worries that you might have about going to the gym. The other cool thing is that it usually is a little bit cheaper than a normal personal trainer. And this is because obviously the person who's the trainer doesn't have to use a bunch of money on gas. They don't have to use a bunch of money on just, I guess, wasting their time in general. And I say wasting time, but going to the gym, doing all these different things, it's all completely cut out. The only time they're doing is the maybe 30 minutes or an hour blocked off on their respective time with you, right? One of the things about this that might not be the best though is that there is less space and access to equipment. So to get the best results realistically for fitness and health, you would have all the equipment in the world and all the space in the world to do whatever exercises you want. Obviously, you're limited when you are doing this at home because you don't have all those dumbbells, you might not have a treadmill, you don't have weight machines. Some people might have a little bit, but for the most part, people who are doing online training don't have those things. On top of that, they might not even have a dedicated area that's like a quote-unquote home gym. So they might be very limited on the overall stuff that they can do because of that space, right? We can't go out for a run or go out for a jog if we live in a studio apartment and there's no accessible running routes near us in the city we live in, right? Just an example. So online personal training is great. It's custom, it's tailored to your specific goals. And on the flip side of that, we can also look at YouTube videos, like some of the stuff that I post on my channel, some of the workouts. The great thing about this, and probably the best thing, is that it is completely free. But if it's completely free, is it still useful? Absolutely. Absolutely, it is very, very useful, but these aren't custom tailored to your specific needs. So there might be a movement in a workout that you watch on an online fitness video on YouTube where you can't bend your knee a certain way that they're requesting you to do. And in that case, since you're not getting that custom training, you wouldn't be able to get specific advice about that exact movement, right? The other thing about this too is that you really have to be self-motivated because unlike online personal training, you are spending money and trying to set up time that you yourself are of course going to be working out with that trainer later. So this really helps with adherence for a lot of people. YouTube videos, you kind of like, okay, they're out there, I can do it whenever. And for a lot of people, they just don't do it whenever. So there's a lot of the same benefits and cons as personal training. Probably the biggest distinction here, though, is that they are free, they are not custom to your specific goals, and they have to be very self-motivated. You need to sit down and essentially force yourself to do these workouts. So of course, can you get results? As I discussed, you absolutely can, but for beginners specifically, the results will come very, very fast whenever you start any type of workout routine that is beyond your current capability levels. So for a lot of beginners who don't want to go to the gym, they don't want to spend a lot of money, this is a really great place to start, right? It can get your feet wet in all the different exercises out there. It can kind of get you attuned to, okay, I really like this type of workout routine, but not so much this workout routine. So I'm going to try to learn more about that workout routine, right? And just a good foot in the door for getting started. The thing about these programs, though, as I mentioned, is that the lack of equipment will hinder progress. And this is assuming that the videos don't use any equipment. And a lot of the videos online, when it comes to YouTube, when it comes to fitness and health, nowadays especially, are usually body weight variations, because that's what a lot of people like, because a lot of people don't have any equipment. But with this kind of ease of doing, the lack of equipment, of course, you aren't going to be able to push, you aren't going to be able to progressively overload your body nearly as well if you had some equipment. So that's kind of one of the big takeaways and one of the big things to consider when looking at this overall. So go ahead and drop a like and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. We post some awesome, great fitness videos and health videos for beginners and individuals of all abilities. Of course, we got balance workouts, strength workouts, flexibility workouts, chair yoga workouts, all those different things completely free on our channel. And we have even more than that too. You have to go do some digging.